Worldwide.
Hello everyone, I'm TG and welcome back to the House of Sleaze. Today, I'm here to talk to you about one thing. Mrs. Ada Wong in Resident Evil Reverse. Now, unfortunately, the beta is over, so we can't play anymore. However, I want to give you guys a few tips on playing what is probably the most complex character and arguably the most fun. So whenever the full game does come out, you will be ready to go. Now, before I begin, I just want to address something. A lot of people who played the beta, a lot of content creators, a lot of streamers, they came out of the gate saying, wow, Ada is the most broken, crap character. And you know what? I was kind of on that boat too. But I decided, I'm going to stick with her. I'm going to see how exactly we can make this girl work. And I think I found it. What a lot of people who have played don't understand is when you play Ada, you're not playing the same style as you are with the other survivors. You can pretty much pick up and play any other survivors, and if you've played a Resident Evil game, you can kind of just coast on through. Not to say some of the other survivors aren't complex, just that they all play very similar. Now Ada, on the other hand, she is a wildly different playstyle, and if you're playing her like the other survivors, you're gonna go down, and you're gonna go down a lot. Whereas characters like Chris or Hunk or even Leon, they're all about fighting in the fray. Getting your kills, securing the downs, keeping your kill streak going, getting the hell out of there, rinse and repeat. Ada, on the other hand, she's a whole different beast. You don't want to fight in the fray, because if you go head to head with a Chris, you go head to head with a bioweapon, you're done, you're brown bread. So don't even attempt. What you want to do is be skirting around the outskirts, picking people off from afar. Now, a lot of people say that's cowardice, and you know what? Fuck them. That's how you gotta play Ada, at least for now. She excels at taking people down from afar when they least expect it. Now, why am I saying this? If you look at how Ada is built, you'll see she's a fast character, and she's the only female character to have 3 dodges. And the reason for that is you want to get in and get out as fast as you possibly can. She also comes equipped with a single-shot crossbow. Unlike the other personal weapons that other survivors get, this thing is not meant for close quarters combat. If you can sneak off a well-placed, fully reticle-focused headshot, you're pretty much going to guarantee a one-hit kill. You'll also notice that Ada's Broom HC handgun is the only handgun in the game that holds only 9 bullets. But, on the other hand, this is one of the fastest handguns in the game. There's a reason for this. So, if you want to stop the video right now, make sure you take away one thing. One quick strategy that will make your Ada gameplay much, much better. You find a target, unload your handgun, pipe bomb, quick crossbow to the face, and then somersault and get out of there. That strategy alone is going to dynamically change how you deal with encounters when you're playing Ada. So I'm going to go into a little bit of how this works and a little bit of why this works. But just before I do that, I want to give you guys a quick overview of Ada's stats and abilities. Now, first and foremost, quick and dirty, don't even look at her survivability, weapons power, or skill power. Those bars mean nothing. There's no hard numbers to back those up. Those are just kind of like an overview based on all her abilities and her weapons, just what the devs think, the big picture is when you're playing Ada. What I really want to focus on is the Broom HC handgun and the crossbow. The Broom HC, a lot of people write this thing off, say it's the crappiest gun in the game. It's really not. It does only fire 9 times, but like I said, it is quickie dicky. It's used for unloading and getting the hell out of there. Now the crossbow, on the other hand, that's something people complain about, saying it's the worst personal weapon in the game. And that one I'll agree with. However, it does serve a purpose in Ada's rotation. What it does is work uniquely with her pipe bomb arrow ability, meaning when you shoot your pipe bomb, you automatically switch to the crossbow. And there's a reason for that. So, starting things off with her passive skill, she has a Spy's Wisdom. This means she automatically recovers a small amount of stamina when HP reaches critical levels. So in essence, she actually has 4 dodges instead of 3, as long as she's taking damage. And that right there gives her more mobility than any other character in the game currently. moving on to her active skills, first we have the pipe bomb arrow. Now, it's really important to look at the wording of this. Grappling hook into the air and fire a single arrow with a pipe bomb attached in the direction of your reticle. The arrow will then explode on impact and deal significant damage to enemies near the impact point. So this is actually in AoE. Now, this can be a little bit difficult to aim because it's very, very fast, but once you get the hang of it, you'll be able to pop these off no problem. What this ability is really great for is shooting at enemies when they're all fighting each other and doing big damage to all of them. So are you guys kind of seeing how these abilities are supposed to be utilized to make Ada more of an outskirts fighter rather than an in the fray fighter? Lastly, we have the somersault kick. Now this one, I'm not gonna lie, it's a little fucky. And the reason I say that is because the range on it is non-existent. The range on the somersault kick is Ada. It's Ada's hitbox. It doesn't go even a centimeter farther. So whenever you're using it, you actually have to be touching the enemy. So as you can see, doing a somersault kick deals damage to an enemy, and if you hit a human with it, it will knock them down. Now, knocking down enemies in this game is a game changer. A hashtag game changer. Now, like I said before, I put this at the end of my rotation. So after you've already hit with your crossbow, you can actually roll over, somersault back, and then you're ready to re-unload on them with your broom HC yet again, and that means you've basically secured that kill. The knockdown lasts long enough that you're actually going to have time to reload your broom HC and then unload right in their face. But the cooldown on the somersault kick is short enough that whenever somebody's pursuing you, again, you can roll up to them and start your rotation with this. You roll up, somersault, unload your handgun, pipe bomb, crossbow, roll away. Basically, what Ada's strategy is see you later, fuckers. She's doing everything on the way out. She's getting away. Nothing in her arsenal really keeps her in combat. Everything is for running away from combat. So what I'm going to do is show you guys a little bit of this rotation in action and let you guys know how it works and why it works. But I also want to go over Ada's strengths and weaknesses. The biggest of which is dealing with bioweapons. However, there are ways for Ada to deal with bioweapons. It doesn't automatically mean she's going down. She has a couple skills at her disposal that'll make you able to stop those bioweapons in their tracks, most of the time. So as I mentioned earlier, Ada's main strength is her speed and mobility. Ada is unlike any other character in the sense that she essentially can dodge 4 times if you're under fire. She's already a quick character, matching the speeds of Jill and Claire, but she has the dodging ability of Chris, Hunk, and Leon. This, to me, is more proof that her modus operandi is getting in and out of firefights real quick and staying around the outskirts looking for a battle that she can take advantage of. This goes hand in hand with what I think is another one of her strengths, which is her defensive capabilities. So Ada doesn't have a lot of health. She'll go down quickly if she's going up against a machine gun or a bioweapon. With her pipe bomb stun, somersault knockdown, and what's essentially her ability to just skate around the map with dodging, she has become an escape artist. No other survivor can even come close to chasing down Ada. So let me tell you, if you're playing Ada intelligently, you're going to be pissing off other survivors, because not only are you going to be sniping their kills, whenever they are in trouble and they just narrowly escape a death and they think, okay, now I can finally recover, not so, sir. That is where Ada's going to come in and make them rue the day they fucked with Miss Wong. However, it's not all smooching Leon on the tram and assignment Ada. She's got some major weaknesses. Of all the characters, she is probably going to have the biggest problem when dealing with bioweapons. Quite frankly, if you find yourself face to face with a bioweapon and you're all out of stamina, fucking forget it. you just don't have the firepower to take them down one-on-one. When dealing with bioweapons, again, you want to kind of treat them as if they're survivors. You want to pick them off whenever they're brawling with someone else. Now that's not always possible. Specifically though, Ada can pretty much hold her own against a fat molded, just about everyone can, but she's also able to stop a gamma. And the reason she can, really put the brakes on a gamma is because they're such a big target and there's no weak point, so you don't have to be worrying about accuracy, and you can stun them easy with the pipe bomb and somersault. So you can just take down these big meaty targets and not have to worry about it. Where she's going to run into just a wee bit of trouble is old Jackie boy. Jack's probably the best bioweapon when it comes to taking down any survivor, but Ada, because she doesn't have a large clip in her handgun and she's only got the single shot on the crossbow, you gotta be on your fucking game if you want to even hit Jack, because he's got his chainsaw and that's basically a shield. On top of that, you also got Tyrant and Nemesis. Now these guys, way too much HP for Ada to take on one-on-one. Your best bet is to run the fuck away and hope they get into a fight with someone else where you can just steal that kill. Another big weakness that I think Ada has is she constantly needs to reload. Because like I mentioned, she has a small magazine in her handgun and only a single shot crossbow. And the way her rotation works, you basically need everything reloaded to full the entire time if you want to secure a kill. That means every time you go through your rotation, you got to take a little bit to reload everything. Because if you don't, you're not going to have the damage output that you need. This is of course offset by the fact that you're going to be running around the map alone a lot, so you do have a lot of time to reload, but just remember that you have a little bit of startup time. You can't just go from encounter to encounter. You got to be a little bit more methodical. Lastly, one thing I do want to mention with Ada is the importance of viral canisters. Now, viral canisters, obviously, they're important for everyone. But for Ada, I would say they are more important than any other character. And the reason for that is you need your shots to count, and you don't have fast firing or very, very strong weapons at your disposal. So you need to make sure that you're fully pumped up. And another thing that leads to is always having a level 2 bioweapon when you do actually go down. So I would say make it priority number 1. Even if you have to give up a kill, go grab a viral canister. It will help you in the long run, and I guarantee you will be thankful that you did. So overall, Ada, she's probably the most complex character because she's not really one that you can just pick up and play like anything else and be able to just gun people down. She's a lot slower and she requires a lot more thinking compared to people like Chris or Hunk. Not to say that those characters are easy to play. Each character, has some mastery to it. But overall, Ada has another layer of depth that nobody else has. So, in my humble opinion, Ada is probably the most fun to play just because she has that complexity. What I want you guys to really get out of this is if you haven't played the game and you're eagerly anticipating the launch, don't just go into it and take what other people say as gospel truth. There's more to it than that in any game, not just this game. And don't write off a character because they look like they play a certain way. That's just because some of the people playing them aren't playing them the right way. And that's really, it's not a shot against them. It's just that you got to take the time to learn the intricacies of any system that you're using. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope it helps you out a little bit, and I hope it gets you, as hype as I am for Reverse whenever we finally get to play that. It turns out I'm actually more hyped for that than I am for Village, and I never thought I'd fucking say that, but here we are. So keep an eye out, Sleazebags, for a lot more Reverse content coming soon. I got all kinds of stuff that I really think you guys will enjoy, that will really get you in the mood to play this game. And as always, I'm TG. If you like what you saw, you know what to do. That means go subscribe. If not, meh. Keep it sleazy.